All right, boys, another podcast.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today? Recent controversy.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Talking about
dun.
Kegel exercises.
Well, that's not what we're talking about.
Not as controversial as what we're actually talking about.
I know. How is gummies, I guess, is what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
After the recent controversy of a well-known brand that was producing or not producing a creatine gummy. I think it came about. James Smith, a popular sort of social media guy who's also a strength and conditioning coach. He's also a great jiu-jitsu player as well.
Really?
That's why you know who he is.
Yeah, now I know who he is. I know where he trains. Watched him compete. He's quite good.
Yes.
A good guy too, right? He's very much about honesty and integrity and just cutting the bullshit. Sort of agree with a lot of his philosophies. And he sort of brought it to light that a well-known gummy manufacturer has been manufacturing creatine gummies, which we knew for quite some time prior to James releasing, but being the sort of credible brand without wanting to trash any competitors or anything, we didn't really bring it to light.
Yeah, stitches get stitches.
Yeah. The reason we knew is because we were actually developing a creatine gummy ourselves.
Yeah, we were looking at producing a range of gummies. And look, there's a lot of gummies on the market, right? There's a lot of vitamin gummies that are quite well respected and well used. Like a lot of kids are using gummies. It's
Vitamin C in particular is quite common.
But look, when we sort of started producing our own creatine gummy, we were sort of faced with a bit of a couple of dilemmas. We're like, how are they getting this amount of creatine into these tiny little gummies? Because we were trying it, and to be fair, we were struggling to get the efficacious dose into a gummy. So that led us to investigate all of the other gummies. You're all on notice. All of the other gummies in the market, and what we found was quite remarkable.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's not just that one specific brand that has
no.
essentially no creatine in their gummies.
There's bigger brands than them
Yeah.
currently selling creatine gummies that are not meeting label claim. And I'm not going to name names. It's just not our nature to do so, but just be aware.
Yeah. So, we were like, how are people doing this? How are they getting creatine into a gummy? And then we just bought some brands off the supermarket, sent it to an independent lab to get tested. And yeah, we were not surprised or surprised. I don't know. Take your pick. But
Look, and we pushed ahead and tried to actually get an efficacious dose of creatine into some gummies.
We've got an efficacious dose of sugar in our gummies, that's for sure.
Well, not
Jesus.
but I think essentially the other brands that we're talking about, that's basically what they are. They're just lollies
Just
at this
lollies.
point. Yeah.
At least they taste good.
Yeah.
So I think one brand in particular has been completely exposed and potentially even shut down their business. We're not here to destroy businesses, but we are here to say that this industry still has sort of this level of non-compliant sort of brands out there that aren't doing things the right way. Now,
what you're trying to say is there's a lot of cowboys
Yeah,
out there,
exactly.
Right? So a lot of people,
Yeehaw.
they might have the best intentions, but might not have the technical expertise to put together, actual stable therapy.
well, I'll tell you the biggest thing, right? A lot of brands are using contract manufacturers, which means they're not producing their own products.
Exactly.
So they're sort of trusting these contract manufacturers to produce these products that are meeting the label claim that they're putting out there. I think the advantage we have is we're a manufacturer.
Yeah, we're one of the biggest manufacturers in Australia and New Zealand. We've got our
own manufacturing facility,
state of the art stuff.
And we have full autonomy and full visibility then of our manufacturing process.
We do, and we're
figuring
testing
everything.
every raw material that comes into the facility, making sure that it is efficacious and meets the claim. We're retesting beyond it, and then we
contains no foreign substances as well.
Yeah, we're getting informed sport batch testing on a lot of our products as
directly with the suppliers. We don't, for a lot of ingredients, we're talking to the person that's manufacturing the actual raw materials instead of just using a middleman. It's very hard to know exactly what's going on in the process. And I think a lot of these creatine gummy brands that got in trouble for this, maybe it was malicious, but maybe it was incompetence or
as in you're saying they may or may not have even known
exactly.
that there was no creatine essentially in their
Look,
gummies.
to be fair, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. They probably didn't know, and it comes down to the fact they're not manufacturing or testing their own products. And I think we're in a position to talk about this as a brand, like the number one brand in the country, who's probably the most reputable when it comes to efficacy and meeting label claim and manufacturing standards, we're in a position to be able to say, hey, this is not right, and you guys need to do better. It sort of damages the whole category and the whole industry. But I want people out there to know that not all brands, you can't tar all brands with the same brush. So
The
we're
Musashi house is not made of glass.
No, look, and we work very carefully with FSANZ, Food Safety, ANZ, TGA, Therapeutic Goods Association. A lot of our products are listed, the ones that are required to be listed, the Informed Sports certification.
Yeah.
And those a lot of those certifications go across into our manufacturing facility as well. So definitely above board everything we're doing here, but it's a shame for the whole category when things like this come to light.
Yeah, agreed. You're right. It has a halo effect on the rest of on other brands in the category.
Yeah.
If-
But fucking great idea, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
everyone, no one wants to cart around friggin' creatine powder if they don't need to. I'd still recommend, hey, if you're looking for the most cost-effective way to get a good dose of creatine,
Powder.
stick with powder,
Yep.
right? But I also get this. We're in an age of convenience and accessibility and quick sort of delivery of these
and,
ingredients.
Enjoyment, right? Like creatine powder is just an unflavored white powder. It's not the most exciting thing, but having a gummy or
Speak for yourself. I love.
Yeah. And look, I just, it is what it is. I think that's why products are in multiple formats, right? Some people can buy a ready-to-drink energy drink. Some people prefer to use a pre-workout powder.
yeah.
This,
But if you're just starting out, it's kind of intimidating to just get this white powder. Like, what do you do with it? Do I add it to my protein shake?
steroids, man.
Yeah.
Creatine.
Some of them are pretty expensive
Yeah.
too. You don't want to be buying that thing. Like you don't even know if it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
And
So-
of course it does, but
Yeah.
from your own experience, you want to try something with
The idea
slower
of
price.
gummies was good,
Yeah.
like.
But it still is a good idea, like that convenient style format of delivering sort of like easy, great tasting, good nutrients.
Yeah.
Well, there are still gummies in market that have, like to your point before, vitamins and minerals, or even caffeine, other pre-workout
still-
ingredients.
That's right.
There's still creatine gummies in the market as well that don't meet label claim too. So just beware out there, people.
Yeah.
Of course. But the point is that gummies is a fine format for other products.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
do you want to quickly just speak to why creatine in particular was not suitable to that format?
Yeah, so the ingredient itself is very particular to what's going to be stable in a gummy. A gummy goes through a certain process. Typically, they cook it at a very high temperature. If it's gelatin, if it's pectin, and not everything can survive these high temperatures, right? Creatine, in particular, kind of has like a bit of a Goldilocks, I guess, range where it's stable. So creatine does not like three things: low pHs, so acid. Water, right? You usually need creatine to be dry, and high temperatures.
Yep.
Now the problem with gummies is that it's pretty much got all three of those things, right? Like, so it gets cooked at a high temperature. It's got relatively high water activity sometimes, which means like the available water that breaks down the creatine, and then it's also typically got some food acids added to it to make it nice and tasty, and that makes it a low pH, right?
And that more or less completely destroys it. Does it turn then into creatinine, or it just evaporates?
Well, that's one of the byproducts, and what creatinine is when you break down muscle and you break down creatine in your body, your kidneys have to filter this through. It's a waste product of muscle breakdown.
Which is what happens when you add creatine to water or any liquid.
Yeah, it eventually breaks down into creatinine. The other problem with that is if you go to a doctor and you've been taking creatinine, I mean, if you've been taking a bad quality creatine that's turned into creatinine, they're going to think you have kidney failure because you're going to have
Really?
because they're going to think your kidneys aren't filtering out your creatinine levels, right?
Wow. Yeah.
It's not actually,
Yeah.
but it's
Still.
showing level. Yeah, it's showing those levels where a doctor goes, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
Well, to that point,
There's
as well,
shots. There's currently shots of creatine out there in the supermarkets right now, sitting in water.
Yeah.
Essentially, they would not be stable
No,
by
no,
the time
no.
you're drinking them. How long does creatine last in water, in liquid,
Yeah.
before it sort of starts to?
It depends on the temperature, the pH, and these kind of things. But from what I've read, it degrades very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Like,
How quickly?
we're talking hours and days, not weeks.
Yeah, wow. Well, because there are new products
Brand new,
shelf
on shelf.
that are literally just a sports drink with 3 grams of creatine in there. Which
Yeah.
is
Not saying that
complete
we've
horseshit.
tested those products, so we don't really know.
No,
But,
you kind of don't have to.
We've been around long enough to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But in saying that, so we were in the development of making like a gummies range, right? And we've thought, because of all the bullshit that's gone on, and also the fact that we were actually struggling to develop these with an efficacious dose of the core ingredients, we had to divert, right?
We pivoted.
We have pivoted.
Ross hates corporate slang.
Corporate slang.
We
Darren
use
just
the
used
word
it.
pivot.
Yeah. Pivot.
It's
But
a Friends reference.
But we've gone, okay, well, what is another really easy format where people can consume these products?
That's efficacious.
That's efficacious. The quality of the ingredient is maintained throughout its entire shelf life and is widely accepted, right? So we looked at other ways to deliver that, and probably the next most popular thing, it's probably even more popular than gummies, is chewables. I think
So
most
chewable tablets.
Yeah.
chewable tablets. Like I think most people have been introduced to chewable tablets, maybe even as a kid, like
Vitamin
Chewable,
taking
yeah.
vitamin C. Those delicious little, I used to eat those like they were candy.
Oh,
those
me
little-
too. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean used to?
Yeah. So chewable tablets, and those chewable tablets,
Yeah.
we talk a little bit about those and the development of those, Darren.
So chewable tablets, like Ross mentioned, we have our own manufacturing site, so we can make this in house. We've got some very cool tableting machines, and the beauty about a chewable tablet is that there's no moisture. You don't need to cook it. You don't need to add liquid to it. It's a dry environment. Creatine is a dry ingredient mixed with some flavors, mixed with some.
Is it just pressed together, or like the ingredients?
Essentially, what a tablet machine does is
Here
squash.
we
Is,
go.
is,
I was
I'm
like,
not-
how do I get access to this machine? I know where your brain's going. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Keep it clean.
Pink Mitsubishis.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So we squash the this powder matrix together, just how you make any other tablet, like a pharmaceutical, and yeah, it's an environment that creatine can survive in, and we've tasted them and they taste really good.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
we've got a whole range of chewables coming out,
That's
right?
right.
Very soon. When are they hitting shelves?
They will be very, very early in September.
Very early September, going into grocery, Chemist Warehouse, available online, Musashi.com.
We're available online first.
So what have we got?
Early
Our first
September.
product and our hero one's probably the creatine.
Yep.
And then
And the good
And
thing
we
about
challenge everyone to test it.
Yeah.
Go for it
Yeah,
because
go on.
it's been listed. These have been listed with Therapeutic Goods Association as well.
Yep, these are TGA listed products, so that means you have to test
Yep.
the active ingredients in there. Did the book just move? It's Miyamoto Musashi.
He's rolling over in
Yeah.
his grave over
leave
there.
them right
Yeah.
there.
He's getting excited, I think, over the
Yeah.
chewable range. Yeah.
So there's creatine, there's pre-workout,
Pre-workout.
and there's a shred chew.
Yep.
Yep.
And the beauty about these is that they're actually all low sugar as well.
Beautiful.
And they pass the most important test, the taste test.
Right.
Take a lap.
Okay.
So obviously with the chewables range, right, you're getting a good dose, but probably not as big a dose as your powder versions.
Yeah.
But like, why would people use these? Like, I know convenience is a big one. I know I'd be using those when I travel. Easy to keep in gym bags, footy bags,
Yeah.
basketball
Keep it at your
kits, yeah.
desk. Yeah.
I think, two reasons I can think of. One is just throughout the day, a bit of a top up. There's more and more research about how more than 5 and 10 grams of creatine is beneficial for you.
That's
so
right.
you may want to have like the scoop of 5 grams that you have before, during, or with exercise.
Yep.
But then you might just want to top up creatine throughout the day for those other cognitive benefits.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, there's so many benefits of creatine extending beyond its original benefits, which, used to be just about building muscle and getting one more rep in the gym. Now, creatine's beneficial for your brain, beneficial for, sleep deprivation, beneficial for sprint performance, beneficial for longevity. There's a lot of...
Bit of everything.
Everyone should be using creatine, regardless. If you're an athlete or not even an athlete, everyone should be using creatine for its health benefits.
I've got my parents on creatine and they're geriatric.
Well, they'll be smarter than you in
Fossils.
no time.
There we are.
Well, actually, there's a bit of research that creatine can prevent dementia.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I got them.
Oh, nice. You should start now as well.
Thanks.
So what about the shred chewable? What are we talking? What key ingredients in that?
The hero ingredient there is carnitine, right?
Yeah.
Carnitine, which we've talked about many times on the podcast. It helps convert fat into energy, so it helps metabolize fat within the body. Obviously, if you're shredding, the key, you have to be in a calorie deficit, but if you are, this is going to help you. And then
Pre-workout.
Probably one that I might use a bit is a pre-workout chewable. So a bit of caffeine and some amino acids in there gives you instant boost before training.
These are a great way to kind of trial the benefits of like a popular supplement. Just in a bit of a lower dose and maybe like an easier format.
I agree.
To kind of trial.
It's a good intro to those supplements. Definitely, if you're a younger male or female just getting into the category,
especially like pre-workouts, for example. Like I remember the first scoop of pre-workout I had, it killed me.
You run through a wall.
Too much caffeine, too much of all that for someone with such a low tolerance.
Yeah,
it's a good like instead of starting with a half scoop.
Yeah, that's
like
right. When you started here, you weren't even drinking coffees. You're only still on the hot chocolates.
You two corrupted me.
Hot Milos, and now we've turned him into a bit of a man.
Yeah,
long blacks with honey.
Yeah. Now he's sculling energy drinks.
Don't fucking snitch on my coffee order. How dare you? That's private.
But look, I think we just wanted to cover off that there's been a lot of talk lately about the gummy thing, and I think we're in that position to be the authority and
choose over gummies all the time.
Yeah, I think so. And when you see our chew range come out, get behind it. Know it's safe. Know it's effective. Know that what is on the label is actually what's in the product, and know that we've just been through this process of having to pivot away from gummies and into something that's far more
effective. As a general rule, and I mean what I think, feel free to weigh in if you think this is incorrect, but anything essentially with an Austell number, which is essentially AUSTL and then a number at the bottom, is TGA regulated. These are like the most what's the word?
Better quality?
No, when it's compliant products in the market because they're regulated by the most like hands-on regulatory authority in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, and they're one of the strictest in the world, to be fair. Like I think you see a lot of American products come in that aren't really compliant to those standards, but being a local Australian company, it's we are held to those standards. And it's a good thing, I think, for the industry and good thing for people. You want to know that what you're taking is safe and what is on the label is actually what's in the product.
And actually the Austell gummy competitors that we've seen, some of them haven't been that bad, but they come in they only
competitors.
Yeah, they only claim a very, very tiny amount of active ingredients in there. But and Austell means you have to test what's in the product.
Yes, so not creatine gummies then.
Yeah,
these are either pre-workout or like
just general health gummies, and vitamins and things like that.
Not necessarily sports subs.
Yeah.
So
3 chewables coming out in September. You'll probably see us blast them all over our socials as well. They'll be available on our website.
They're so more
in store.
God, so tasty.
And it'll probably be the start of a bigger range of chewables as well.
Yeah,
we're looking at other.
The creatine is berry flavored.
Ooh,
it's very good.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so exciting, and also this is probably not the last controversy because we know some other stuff that's out there as well, but we won't go there.
Go there.
What else do we know, Duran?
No.
There's a lot of shit out there at the moment, and I'm gonna.
Are the initials AS?
Amino spiking. Yep. So anyway, we'll talk about that another day.
But take that as you're on high alert, and we know what's going on.
Yeah,
we're coming for you.
You know.
Do you want to let Miyamoto?
Oh yeah, I think we should.
He's been wiggling around all day.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
Why has it been wiggling? Just straight to the page? Here's a good one.
Okay, it is.
Literally just
it's got nothing to do with the topic, but it's a good one.
Blank is an spiking.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
This is from Snake's Head, Snake's Tail. So.
What? Snakes and ladders.
That's the name of this chapter. Anyway.
All right.
Think of strategy as being both a snake's head and a snake's tail. Never permit yourself to become entangled in the small points of combat.
Right.
That's kind of relevant if you take literally none of it literally.
Well, I don't think it's meant to be a literal.
Yeah. It's all figurative.
Yeah. I'll leave that with you guys to figure out. My brain's not working to that capacity today.
I think the take-home message is there's a lot of snakes out there.
Keep the grass cut.
Yeah. All right.
Keep it above board. Musashi out.
Musashi out. Nice.